Welcome in the world of machine learning, a practical approach under machine learning using Python series of lectures. This is lecture 6, data sets and data pre-processing part 4. So we'll explore the next step of the data pre-processing. The contents of this lecture are that is splitting dataset into training and test set. The dataset can be further split into two parts. So as we have seen that first we take the original data set, then we divide that data set into independent variable vector, feature vector and dependent variable vector. And after encoding the categorical data of both the part, which part? Independent variable and dependent variable vector part, we need to split the data set again into two parts, that is called training set and test set. So here is the diagram of the entire scenario, that we have original data set, then we split that data set into two parts, that is independent variables and the dependent variable vector. Then we need to split this again into training set and test set for the independent variables, and again training set and test set for the dependent variable vector. Why do we need such a data split once we have already separated the independent variables and dependent variables? The reason is we have to train our machine learning model, and if we want that our machine learning model should work properly in future on the newly arrived data, then we need to train the model first and then test. So if we train the model on certain data set and test the model on the same data set, then we are assured to get a proper result when new data is tested on the given model. So here are the reasons. Like if we have a given training, for example, if we have given training to our machine learning model with a data set, and if we test it by completely different data set, then it will be difficult for our model to establish correlations between entirely different models. Because suppose I have asked you to study one book of mathematics of certain author. You prepared from that book, and now I set a question paper from a very different book, even though topics are same. It is but natural that you will get little bit confused, because the way things are presented in the first book and the way you have trained your mind using the first book of mathematics of certain author A, you will be confused when you get the same question or questions on the same topic from the same mathematics book of author B. So likewise, we have to train our model on the set of the data which is originally given to the model, and if we train that model, we need to carry out test on the same data. But on a given data, suppose we use 100% of data for training, then we won't be left with any data for testing. Then we'll have to bring testing data from the new data set. And this is the point where your model may not give proper result. Like I told you that if you learn mathematics book of author A, and if you try to solve question on the same topic, the questions which are from the mathematics book, same topic but author B, you are bound to confused. So to avoid this confusion and to make a correlation between the training and testing, we need to split the independent variable vectors into train set and test set, and as well as dependent variable vectors into training set and test set. So here is the first point, like we want to avoid the confusion of our model by providing different data sets. So rather we will provide same data set and we'll try to split that say data set into training and testing. But we have to apply this training and testing split on both independent variables and dependent variable vector. The second reason to split the data into training and testing is if we train our model very well and even with very high accuracy, but if we provide new data set at the time of testing, then it will degrade the overall performance. It is same like suppose you have learned from a book of mathematics with author A, and if you have been given the questions or some logical questions from maths book of author B, obviously there are greater chances of degradation of your performance. You may score less because the way you have trained your mind with author A's book, maybe same thing is asked in author B's book in very different way, and in that if you get confused, you are bound to get less marks. So same way we will see same thing happening in world of machine learning while training the model. So you have to correlate this thing with our learning of mathematics from author A and learning of mathematics from author B. Hope you understood this. Now once we are clear that our model should or data set should be split into two parts, first that is independent variables x, that is feature vector, and dependent variable vector y. We have to split this further into train and test. So we'll split our independent variable feature vector x into x underscore train and x underscore test, and also we split our dependent variable vector y into two parts, that is y underscore train and y underscore test. Now let us see how this is done using Python. So here from the sklearn we import the class model underscore selection, and from that we import the train underscore test underscore split method. Now this method is basically used to perform the split automatically internally into these four parts, that is x underscore train, x underscore test, y underscore train and y underscore test. So we need not worry of how this happened. What we need to do is we need to create appropriate objects, or rather I'll say vectors, say for training of x and test of x. So we have created here x underscore train, x underscore test, and same is for a dependent variable vector y underscore train and y underscore test. Now we call this train underscore test underscore split method, and to that we'll pass the parameters, appropriate parameters. So what we want to split? Our independent variable feature vector x and dependent variable feature vector y. Now how much portion should be given to the test and train? So it is a rule of thumb that 80% of data from the data set should be given to the training part and remaining 20% should be given to the testing part. So we have to specify here few more parameters to this method. So we'll be providing test underscore size parameter which is 0.2. So this shows that 20% of the data of the original data set should be given to test variables, that is y test and x test, and remaining 80% will go to x train and y train respectively from both the independent variable features and dependent variable vector y. Now we'll try to understand what is random underscore state is. So it has been given value 1. That means for every call to the train and test split, it will be always using the same random split so that our model will be trained properly every time. So what does it mean? We'll try to understand it in more proper way. So for that, I will try to explain these attributes, these specific spatial attributes of this method. So test underscore size means to this method, we have to specify one attribute that is called test underscore size. So test underscore size can be a float or int, or even default it is none. So values can be from 0.0 to 1.0. Actually, these values are in the range of scale, 100% scale, from 0% to 100%. So the test data size should be ideally 20%. So how that 20% is represented? Using 0.2. So scale is from 0 to 1. So that 0 to 1 scale is mapped with the slot of, or I may say the scale of 100%. So for example, 0.2 means 20% and 0.25 means 25%. So of the original data set, you have to use 20 to 25% of the data from the original data set for testing purpose. And training data should be always large, because suppose you have 1 lakh records. So out of that, 80% should be given to train the model so that our model will be concrete, and remaining 20% should be used for testing. So similarly, for train underscore size attribute, you can specify the same value from 0 to 1, but while using the data for train underscore size, it should be 80% to 75%, maximum 75% and minimum 70. Maximum data can be allocated for train set is 80% and minimum is 75%, and exactly other way around is the case of test set. So if you provide train underscore size as none, then by default it takes only 25% of the data. And what this random state is? It is the attribute which tells the train underscore test underscore split method that you provide the shuffling, so that every time it will randomly choose the 20% of the data from the original set for testing, and remaining 80% for training. So this 80 and 20 will be randomly chosen, and to make that happen, every time that your model should give the same result, then you have to specify that value as a numeric value. So here we have specified it as 1. That means that every time the split is happening, it should give the same result, same perfect result. I will explain this practically in the subsequent discussion. Now here is the code. So it is very simple. As usual, we'll be importing the libraries, then we'll be dealing with the missing data, then we will try to encode the categorical variables from the independent feature vector and dependent variable vector. After that, we'll perform the split. So splitting is done automatically using train underscore test underscore split method of the which class? Model underscore selection class of which library, I mean to say which library, that is called sklearn library. So here we have done this, and if you see the result of this execution in Spyder environment, you will find that earlier there was only X, then original data set, and Y. But now you are having few more variables created by Python environment, that is X underscore test, X underscore train, Y underscore test, Y underscore train. Now we'll see this actual values of these different variables in the subsequent slide. What we need to do is we need to just double click on these different variables. So if we double click on these different variables. For example, if I double click on x underscore test, so it will pop up a window with all the data which is taken as the test data from the original dataset. Here the dataset variable. So we'll see this. So as I said that if I double click on x underscore train and later on x underscore test, so it will pop up me two windows, one for x underscore train variable and next one for x underscore test variable. So of this original dataset, so we were having total 10 records in our dataset. So 80% of that goes to training and 20% for testing. So if we see the x part, that is the independent variable part, so of the 10 records, so 80%, that means 8 records are given to the x underscore train and 20% means 2 records out of 10 are given to x underscore test. Now it randomly picks the records for the test. So out of 10, it has chosen the record with value $54,000 as a purchased value and 83,000. Sorry, this is not the purchased value. This is the salary of the client who purchases some product from the company. So our basically data in the independent variable vector or feature vector is first is country, then is age, and then is salary, and the last one is whether it has purchased, whether that client has purchased or data or not, that goes to the dependent variable vector. So that we'll see in the next slide. So here these two peculiar records, so you have to just remember these two values, that the test set has been randomly given 2 records out of the 10. What are those? It is 54,000 and 83,000 for the salary attribute. So we'll keep this in mind so that we'll understand the correlation and we'll see whether our model really predicts the proper result or not. Now here same way, if we try to see what are the values stored in y underscore test and y underscore train, that is our dependent variable vector. So here is the output. So we have got 2 windows popped up out of this and some 1010 you will see here. So looking at this, you won't be able to figure out that what exactly is the mapping of this dependent variable to independent variable x. So for that, I have brought together the original data set and the independent part and the dependent part later on. So we'll see this in the next few. Now here is the comparison. Like we have this original data set in which there are 10 records. Now we have taken 80% of the records as a training and 20% record as a testing. So of this 10, so this is our independent vector, variable vector or feature vector. In that we have these 3 attributes, country, age and salary. So of these 10 records, so these 8 which France, Spain, then again Spain, Germany, France, Spain, France and this France. So these records with row value 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. These 8 records, 80% are given to train and remaining 2, that is Germany, row 2 and row 8 is given to test. And corresponding to this, whatever purchase values are there, those values will be given to the dependent variable vector. So in our dependent variable vector train and test set, you will find that this same value of row 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9. So these values for France, Spain, and say Spain, Germany, France, Spain, France, France. So these values, corresponding values, no, yes, no, yes, yes, no, yes, yes, will be assigned to the y underscore train. Now you know well, as these are categorical variables, so these won't be values in terms of no and yes. This will be in terms of 0 and 1. So we'll check out that. And similarly, for this test set, so for German with value 54,000 salary in dollars and German $83,000. So these are having no and no. So these two corresponding records, 20% records, will be given to x underscore test, that is the independent variable feature vector, and this no to the dependent variable vector. So we'll see dependent variable vector in the next slide. Now let us see the dependent variable vector part. So as I told you in the earlier slide that 80%, so 8 records out of 10 will be given to training parts and remaining to the test part. Now here you have to remember one thing, that even though these 8 records are given to the training part, so these records are randomly picked and organized. So this record with row value 0, index value I'm talking of, row index value 0, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 9 will not be in order. Those will be randomly placed over here. And again these two records, that is 20%, that is row index 2 and row index 8, will be randomly put into the y underscore test part. So you have to keep this in mind. So we have here clearly understood how data is split into training and test set. So training set is used to train the model, to make our model understand what exactly we want to do in future, and testing is used to test the model, that whether if any new situation arises, if any new thing is provided to the model, it will predict the appropriate result or not. So we end up the lecture here. Dear learners, how was the lecture? Just give us a feedback. We are GC Solutions, making technology easy to learn. Till next lecture, happy coding.